Take your time. Good morning, everyone. I'm Chief Gerald Childress, the Kings Mountain Police Department. This morning, about 8:47 a.m., we received a call at our communications center. That call came in as an individual down in the parking lot of a pharmacy here off King Street, an unconscious individual. Dispatched EMS as well as our patrol officers. When we arrived on scene, found that the individual was suffering from some gunshot wounds, at least 2 gunshot wounds. Checked on the individual, immediately started CPR, as well as getting other emergency response to the scene. Unfortunately, our victim in this case did die on scene. We are not releasing the individual's name at this time. We're still trying to locate family members. The way I understand it, emergency contact information is from out of state, so we're still trying to contact those family members to let them know before we release any information. As far as suspects in this case, again, very limited. We have several surveillance videos that we are currently combing through to try to determine the suspect or suspects in this case. The Loomis Fargo, it was a Loomis Fargo truck. He was attempting to service the ATM machine when this incident took place. We are working the scene as an armed robbery homicide at this point, and we're just asking anyone who may have information to come forward, contact our police department at 704-734-0444 and speak with one of my detectives who's working this case. The FBI has been contacted due to the circumstances with working with the ATM and the bank, and they are assisting us on this investigation. Again, this is early on. Don't have a whole lot more information, but I'll just take a few questions if you do have those.
Do we know if the suspect left in a car or how they got away?
There is indication that there is a suspect vehicle involved with this. Right now, I can tell you that a dark-colored SUV is something that we are searching our video surveillance for, but I can't confirm or deny make or model at this time of what that dark-colored SUV is, but it does appear to be our suspect vehicle. I don't have any descriptions on any suspects, but again, hopefully the video that we will be reviewing will have some of that information on it.
Any reason to believe it was one suspect versus multiple suspects?
Don't have any indication that it was multiple. Obviously we have one, but I can't confirm if there's multiple or just the one individual who committed this crime.
Most of the time those drivers are armed because of the level of what they're doing. Do we know if that his gun was out or if there was any sort of a struggle beforehand?
I can confirm that the individual, our victim, was armed. We did retrieve his weapon from the scene, but that's all I can comment on at this time.
Was it out of a holster?
I can't.
Chief, if you can, do we know if the suspect got away with any money?
Unaware of any money that's been missing at this time. Again, it's very early on. There's more investigation that has to take place. Obviously, we do know that the process of servicing the machine, we do know that there was some money out on the pavement there. So I can't tell you if the suspect got away with any money or not.
Was that money in a bag, or was that money just laying on the ground?
Those ATMs have trays, box trays, metal trays in them. That was what was there, but again, I can't confirm if anything was taken out of it.
And if you can, it sounds like from what I'm hearing from some individuals that this individual may have been the victim, may have been followed and targeted for robbery. Is that consistent with what you're finding so far?
Can't confirm or deny that. Again, we're just trying to interview as many people that was on scene or in the area to see if this was someone that followed this individual there. I can't confirm or deny that at this point.
You mentioned servicing the machine. Is that when the incident happened, as he was working on it?
It appears to be that's the case. Again, the video that we'll retrieve from the Loomis Fargo truck and hopefully the body cam that he was wearing at the time will lead us to more information about our suspect.
And if you can, will you maybe talk to us about the idea of this happening in a very quaint, small town like this? This obviously doesn't happen every day, so when you see this, what goes through your head as a chief?
Well, obviously it's concerning. We don't experience this type of crime in Kings Mountain. It's very, very rare. So I would just let our citizens know we are doing our due diligence to find this suspect, bring them to justice, and if they have any concerns, they'll be more than welcome to call us and we'll talk to them. But we do live in a very nice community, very quaint community, and we'll continue to investigate this thoroughly.
And since the suspect has not been caught yet, should people be a little bit concerned or alarmed that he's still out there, or obviously violent?
Well, obviously, the events that took place today, there's indication that this person is armed and dangerous. We just don't know who this person is. We do not feel like that he's still in the area. I say he or she. We don't know the sex of this individual, but I think at this point our residents should feel as safe as can be in our community. We do know by witness testimony that this individual fled the scene in a vehicle. There's no indication that we have anybody still in this area.
Chief, have you heard about other armed robberies of armored vehicles in the Charlotte metro area within the last few months? Have you heard about those?
I have not. Have you?
I have.
Okay.
And so I'm just curious
Okay.
if you would be worried about that being a potential trend as somebody who's in law enforcement.
Obviously, if there are other armed robberies like this in the Charlotte area, this may be connected to that. I don't know, but it's unfortunate that we do have an individual that lost his life today, a senseless crime that took place.
Chief, if you can, you know that we have the victim's weapon. Is there any possibility that there was another weapon, or was the victim's weapon the weapon used in this crime?
Can't comment on that now. Again, the victim's weapons was seized. I'm not aware that anything was fired out of that weapon, so I can't comment on if the victim's weapon was what was used to commit this crime or not.
And I understand that to get away, the suspect, instead of jumping on 74 and taking the usual route out, actually went through some Kings Mountain neighborhood to get in and out of here.
Well, where this location is, there is a small neighborhood right behind this location, so that is the path that we believe the individual took. Again, we're combing those neighbors, we're interviewing those neighbors to see if there's any video that they could share with us to lead us more of a definite suspect and what they were driving and who they are.
Anything you want to say to that suspect who's out there somewhere now, after, if not a robbery, assume he got away with something since you guys are saying not attempted robbery.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say to him?
Well, I would just say that we will locate you. We will find you. It will may take some time, but we'll locate you and bring you to justice. That's our goal. That's our promise to our community and to the victim's family in this case.
So again, no indication of money missing from the ATM?
Nothing that I've been aware of at this point. It's still early on, though. There could be that there's some money missing, but we just don't know that at this point. It does take some time to go through the process to see if that was any funds were taken.
I would imagine that would have been the main target at this point. Is there anything to indicate anything else about this person that might have been a target for robbery?
No, again, nothing in this investigation currently leads us to believe that the victim was targeted. It appears that the ATM, the money that was in the ATM was the catalyst that did this crime.
And just checking, the victim was alone. He didn't have a colleague or coworker with him?
There was no one else on scene, no one else in the van there, so he was by himself. All right, thank y'all very much.
Thank you.
Anybody else in the car?